Amidst all the protesting and rioting that's taken place in America for the past week, YouTubers and social media stars, the e-celebrities, have come out to take advantage of this situation for either clout, money, mostly just attention at the end of the day. And Jake Paul is no different. Unfortunately for Jake, he may be facing some consequences for his actions, as we'll be taking a look at that shortly. Now, I'm not surprised that YouTubers, especially like Jake Paul, getting involved, as only, you ever notice like when Jake Paul's in the news, it's because he's doing something bad to instigate it. He's just a troll. That's how Jake Paul works. Now, he's not been somebody that I've really talked about much. It's past like 2017, 2018, besides, you know, every now and again stories where he'll pop up. I think this one just really takes the cake because this could be the equivalent of Jake Paul's Suicide Forest moment, you know, where he does something that's like, you know, toeing the line, and then he just goes way too far to the point where everybody's just like, okay, enough. Something has got to happen. If you remember, after Logan Paul's Suicide Forest incident, he actually did pay some damages. He was taken off YouTube's special payment program. His revenue was cut in half, and he really took a hit from that whole situation. So I'll be curious to see how big this exactly blows up. I kind of feel like it could go either way. It could become really big, a really massive story, or it could just kind of fall into obscurity, but we'll see. Now, what am I talking about right here? Now, I was originally going to cover this, although I felt that I was a bit too late, so I scrapped it, but once again, the story's popped up. It's relevant again. This is a thread from Taylor Lorenz, a reporter, you know, a YouTube internet journalist. She writes, YouTuber star Jake Paul and his friends were caught looting and trashing property in a Scottsdale mall last night amid protests. Now, she has some footage here. We can go ahead and pull up. You can see Jake Paul is in there with his mask.
Oh, shit.
Now, this is coming from someone named Andrew Blue's story. You're in a call, somebody's bashing the shit out of that car.
Shit is going down. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, yo.
So far, Jake Paul's just kind of walking around, taking a look at the damages, documenting it, recording it. He's not taking a part of it, part in the looting himself. And that's kind of a question in this story was he actually taking a part in this? We'll take a look at some conflicting footage in a second.
Oh, give me a free cologne.
He says, give me a free cologne. So he's like encouraging it.
No, that's not Jake Paul. What? I look like Jake Paul though. It does, right? No, that's Logan. Logan Paul? Yeah, Logan Paul. Huh? I swear to God. I swear to God. Yo, Logan. Yo, Logan. Wait. Yeah, go.
Now, there's some more footage down here. We'll take a look at this in just a second. I think what a lot of people are really mad about is the fact that he's using this situation for his own personal gain. I think that's why it has a lot of people upset here, despite, you know, the support that the riots have been given across social media. I think the reason why people are mad is just because they see this as, oh, he's just taking, you know, a serious situation, using it for personal gain. Anyway, there's some more footage here. I'll play a little bit of it, I guess right at the 23-second mark. Is he saying shit's going down? So you can see he's not really like taking part in it, at least from this footage, but he is definitely, you know, he's amazed by the spectacle. Now, Taylor writes here, Jake Paul also posted to his Instagram story that he was tear gassed by the cops. He did confirm this in a YouTube video.
Idiots tear gassed me. I ain't doing shit, bro. Look at them pointing guns at me right now. Look at. Bro, swear to God. No cat, that's tear gas, bro. Fuck you guys. Rest in peace, George Floyd. Fuck y'all.
I'm tear gassed. My eyes are bleeding. Other big YouTubers speaking out against Jake Paul. Here's somebody, Elijah Daniels. Bro, absolutely fuck you at Jake Paul. Fall off the face of the fucking planet. Please, God, you're fucking gross. People are being targeted and shot at, and you're fucking looting a mall. Fuck you. Important to note that it's unclear whether Jake Paul himself and his friends destroyed any property / looted themselves or were just recording it for material for his vlog. Fans are outraged either way. As Abby O'Heiser tweeted / wrote, Jake Paul, a white YouTuber. I like how they... Sorry. Jake Paul, a white YouTuber, has a long history of approaching major news stories about human suffering as content fodder for his channel. More on Jake Paul and the looting of the Scottsdale Mall. Statement from Jake Paul. We'll take a look at this right here. This is Jake Paul's statement. He says, to be absolutely clear, neither I nor anyone in our group was engaged in looting or vandalism. For context, we spent the day doing our part to peacefully protest one of the most horrific injustices our country has ever seen, which led to us being tear gassed for filming the events and brutality that were unfolding in Arizona. We were gassed and forced to keep moving on foot. We filmed everything we saw in an effort to share our experience and bring more attention to the anger felt in every neighborhood we traveled through. We were strictly documenting, not engaging. I do not condone violence, looting, or breaking the law. However, I understand the anger and frustration that led to the destruction we witnessed, and while it's not the answer, it's important that people see it and collectively figure out how to move forward in a healthy way. We are doing the best we can to be helpful and raise awareness. This is not the time to attack each other. It is the time to join together and evolve. Now, this footage right here has sparked a lot of controversy, as it appears, as Josh Pescator writes, here is both Jake Paul video edited together to show someone breaking into a P.F. Chang's, stealing a bottle of vodka, and handing it off to Jake Paul the minute he comes out the door. Watch the red circle. Totally epic free vodka every day, bro.
Oh shit, oh my god, it's getting crazy.
Once again, if I can back that footage up, yep, he's holding it. Okay, and that's, here's his response to the vodka incident.
During all this confusion, chaos, sensory overload, sirens, things exploding, someone comes up to me while I'm filming, just hands me something. I didn't even know what it was at the time, to later find out that someone handed me a bottle of vodka. For what reason, I don't know. Seconds later, I set the bottle on the ground, still not even knowing what it is, and I continue to document what the fuck was going on. At that point in time, we decided to remove ourselves from the chaos and make our way back towards our car to go home. However,
his full statement basically clarifies that he was not, you know, in support of the rioting or whatever, the looting, and that was not the purpose. He really just makes sure to clarify that he was there for good reasons, the right reasons, and you guys should just not be mad at all. He also says that he understands, like, the ramifications of what he did, and he said at the end that you have to learn from your mistakes and evolve. So he acknowledges what he did was wrong, but he also, like, defends it. Whatever. That you can watch Jake Paul's full statement for the full story. It's on his YouTube channel. As you know, you can go watch for yourself. Now, this morning, news came out that YouTube star Jake Paul was charged with criminal trespass, unlawful assembly, and alleged Arizona mall looting. YouTuber Jake Paul has been charged by police in Scottsdale, Arizona after he was caught on camera allegedly looting from a mall over the weekend. Police confirmed to Fox News on Thursday that Paul, 23, was charged with criminal trespass and unlawful assembly, which are both misdemeanor crimes. The statement read, following the riots and looting that occurred on the evening of May 30th, 2020 at Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall, the Scottsdale Police Department received hundreds of tips and videos identifying social media influencer Jake Joseph Paul, 23, as a participant in the riot. Our investigation has revealed that Paul was present after the protest was declared an unlawful assembly and the rioters were ordered to leave the area by the police. Paul also unlawfully entered and remained inside the mall when it was closed. As a result, Paul has been charged with criminal trespass and unlawful assembly, both misdemeanor charges. He was issued a summons to appear in court in a month. A rep for the Star did not immediately return to Fox News' request for comment, but Paul reacted to the charges Thursday on Twitter, saying, "Give me my charges. Let's put the focus back on George Floyd and Black Lives Matter," he wrote. Why Jake Paul would enter this scenario and think that there would be no backlashes beyond me. I mean, obviously he's doing it for attention, but it didn't seem like he was very much enjoying the attention he was getting, as it was mostly negative. I guess one day he'll just have to learn from his mistakes, as many YouTubers do. You know, they always have to do something to where they get to the point where they're just like, well, I'll learn from my mistakes, guys. They got to make a lot of mistakes before they learn. Now, do I have an issue with him going up to these protests and filming it for content? Actually, you're going to be surprised. I don't. I don't have an issue filming this. I think that people that are amazed by the spectacle have every right to go film it if they want. It's their decision. I think it's probably going to be a dumb decision and a dangerous decision, but if that's what you want to do, go for it. You just got to be prepared for the consequences that are going to come your way. People are going to get mad at you. They're going to say you're distracting from the real issues here. They're going to say you're breaking the law or whatever, which is probably true. So you got to be prepared for that. But if you want to go out and participate in these protests for content for your YouTube channel, yeah, I mean, knock yourself out. I'm not the one doing it. You can face the consequences yourself, and if that's what if you want to open yourself up to, sure. All right. I think if you're doing this as like a journalistic move or whatever, then that's completely fine. If you're doing it to be an asshole, well, you're allowed to be an asshole, but I mean, you also can't be surprised when people get mad. That's just how it works. Regardless, hope you enjoyed this coverage. My name is AugieRFC. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Twitch at AugieRFC on both platforms, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.